Hi everyone, so today we have another video review, and as you can see, today we are going to talk about the Edifice watch from Casio. So this is a new model S108. I got interested in this because a lot of, let's say, watch fans were saying that this is a good rival to the Casio and might be also a good choice for reasonable price. So it was interesting to see what is actually offered here and why this watch is considered to be as one of the potential hits among the watch fans. So I got here the blue colored version. Even though it is available in other colors, I think it will be one of the most popular and it will be quite a good one to check closer. So first of all, let's start with unboxing and then we'll discuss all other parts of this watch. So as you saw, this box is a standard package for this Casio Edifice watch. We have this white over cover, let's say, and then we have this blue box inside. Watch will be found inside on the leatherette pouch and also wrapped in the plastic bag. So quite a simple packaging, but that's not something what is unexpected for a watch of this price. And I have to say that the watch itself looks quite nice, and maybe that's why they decided to wrap it in the plastic bag. So first of all, as usual, I would like to start with the dial, and then gradually we will move on to other parts of the watch based on our traditional review structure. So here I have this watch. Of course, the first thing that you will notice is the thickness, but that's something we will discuss later. First of all, I would like to mention the size of the dial. It's 39.9 millimeters, and that's not such a huge dimension, so I'm really glad that Casio decided not to go overboard with the size here. And more or less, it looks just in place here. So you can notice that exactly as I said before, we have this light blue version, and maybe some of you will be calling it as a Tiffany colored version if you prefer, and that's why I actually thought that it will be popular because of this quite famous color shade. You can notice that the design of this dial is quite simple, so we have large applied indices, we have also Casio Edifice logo on the top, and we have also here the small list of the features, because Casio could not stand without mentioning any features, so they decided to add it here. It's also worth of noting that we have also the date window here, so it's finished in a white color. Window itself is not that huge, and also we do not have any magnifying element over it, but again, for this price it would be weird to expect the magnifying element over the date window. As for the handset, we have quite a classic Sabre sets, so as you can see, the big minutes and hours and very thin seconds hand, and that's pretty much all. Of course, we have also the indices imprint on the dial, so as you can see, they are combined together with these applied indices for the hour marks, and to be honest, this is quite simple and elegant combination, so I don't think it will get outdated or you will get tired of it. It's something really easy and simple, and it's quite legible in all conditions, and I think it will be default choice for every outfit you would like to pick. Also, I would like to mention that here we have the something what Casio could not avoid mentioning. It's a sapphire glass, and what's funny, they mentioned the sapphire glass on the dial, they mentioned sapphire glass here on the special wrap around the bracelet, and they also mentioned the sapphire glass on the special tag, which I will also show in the video. So I guess that's one of the main selling point of this watch. And of course, sapphire glass is always welcome. Here it will be useful for everyday experience and you won't get any scuffs or marks on such material, so definitely better than a typical mineral watch. And if I am not wrong, I think Casio also features the mineral glass, so here this watch is a bit ahead in comparison with Casio. Next, I think it might be worth to discuss the main, let's say, making feature of this watch. As you can see, the size and the case design. So I want to know the thickness of this watch first. It's just 7.8 millimeters. As you can see, it's crazy thin. And also the weight is really noticeable. So here it is 110 grams. So once you pick it up from the box, you will notice it as well. So really light watch, really easy to wear due to its size. And of course this angular design, it makes the whole watch, I would say it's up to the recent trends in the watches. So all this sporty stainless steel cases with the angular design, this one goes on trend as well. And note that here we have small decent cues which actually make the image even more sophisticated. So we get not only the angular bezel, but we also get the small screws, and it's also cool that their alignment is present here, so they are not misaligned. And I think this is a really neat attention to small details on such accessible watch. Also, I would like to notice the crown. So crown is really good element here, because as you can see, it's not that huge, but still it's easy to manipulate this part. We also have some engraving of the Edifice logo here. And of course, we have several types of the finishes on the case. So for the bezel edges, we have the mirror-like finish. This might be a bit of a problem if you would like to preserve your watch in a pristine shape. So as you know, the mirror polishing is quite easy to scuff. But we also have the brushed surface on this, let's say, frontal-facing edges. And this makes quite an interesting combination, which plays on the bright light. And you can maybe notice it even now in the review, but I will also show it in the more detailed shots, which will be also here. Of course, we have the quartz movement inside. That's why behind or case back it's solid here, there is nothing to see. And note also that the lugs are slightly bent. That's what actually helps for ease of use and also to accommodate this integrated bracelet. Now I think it's a proper moment to talk about the movement inside. As I mentioned before, we have the quartz movement here. That's why we have this, I would say, abrupt movement of the second hand. That's something what you cannot avoid with such type of the caliber inside. And we have the movement 5359. I would say this is something what is used in all of the Edifice watches in this price range. It's quite reliable caliber, and also we have the water protection of 100 meters. It also gives you a chance to use all of the main features or typical features on the watch. So we have the second hand, we have the date indicator. Of course, there are no stopwatch functions because as you can see, we have only crown here. But overall, I think it's a good choice for everyday use. You won't be bothered with the stopwatch, which you have to adjust every time you pick it. And note that also we have here the so-called hacking. So if I pull out the crown, the second hand stops. And this is really handy in order to adjust the watch if you're traveling a lot or you just would like to be a bit more precise with this watch. And now I think it's a time to talk a bit more about this bracelet, because this is something what I would like to discuss a bit more in detail. So because we have here the stainless steel case, we also get the stainless steel bracelet. And as you can see, it is, I would say, somewhat simple design, classic, easily recognizable. We also have the Edifice logo engraved here on the buckle, and the buckle is with the side buttons release. And note that inside we have really polished surface, so that's something what will be scratched first, and I think even the buckle will be scratched as well. What I think of this part? So first of all, you can see that it actually makes the whole image of the watch, I would say, solid, because we have the integrated bracelet, but at the same time it's something what is not adding to the perception of the quality, because it's quite light. I would say it's a typical offering from Casio, so if you are a fan of the heavy parts where you feel the metal weight, then definitely this is the first candidate for replacement. As for the textile straps, I'm not sure how they will look here, because we have the integration with the middle link, as you can see here, so that's more of a candidate for replacement with the rubber straps, not with the typical NATO offerings. But with the rubber strap it might be quite a cool thing to combine because of those bright colors on the dial, so maybe if you pick the strap of the same color as this dial, for example, it will be quite a cool combo to have on your wrist. And if we are talking about wearing this watch, I think it's a time to talk a bit more about the in-use experience. So for this watch, as usual, I have the production sample, so that's something what you will get also from good watch shops. For example, Helvetia should have them as well. So we have quite small, compact design with a thin case, with lightweight, and that's why it's easy to use, easy to wear. So if I put it on my wrist, as you can see, it doesn't go overboard with the let's say level of the watch, and it's quite easy to wear. It doesn't look that huge, and in my opinion this is a main advantage of this watch, because it makes it easy to use every day, and it's also easy to hide under your sleeve. It makes it almost unnoticeable during everyday wear, and of course thickness, it's something what makes it even feel like a bracelet on your hand, not like a watch. This is a question of your taste in such, let's say, features, if you prefer such thing on your watch or you would rather have the heavy one, because this is the defining factor if you are picking this watch. And well, as I said before, a lot of watch collectors were saying that this is a good accessible alternative to the Casio Oak, which is a bit more sophisticated in the design. And I have to say that, well, here we have this feature of the sports stainless steel watch, we have this angular design, we have quite nice finish for this price tag, and we also have a good attention to the details. It's a simple, elegant design which doesn't get old, and I think it's something what can be your main choice for everyday use. But at the same time, I think the sports watch design gets a bit overused lately, so we have a lot of brands coming with this styling, and even the recent reports which you saw from the watch exhibition here in Prague shown that a lot of different watchmakers are going for the same styling with just different attachments, different tunes to the design, and I'm not sure if it's the right way. It's of course cool that Casio gives us a choice to get something affordable, but at the same time, if you already have something in your collection, then it will be questionable if you need this watch as well. But again, maybe you would like to have it as the everyday beater. For this price, I think it will be something what you can go with in any situation, and you won't be really bothered that it will get damaged or something else. I saw also some bloggers comparing this to PRX Tissot. Obviously, these watches are not exact rivals. First of all, the price tag is different, and second, of course, we have the different quality level. Even the bracelet is completely different, and here you have to invest your own additional money in order to improve this feature, so that's something to keep in your mind. At the same time, I have to say that if I look at the price tag, it looks quite attractive. So we have the price tag at $150 US, and as I said, it should be already available in Helvetia, so it is available with several dial colors. You will definitely find something interesting if you are not a fan of the Tiffany color. In my opinion, it's something worth considering if you are searching for your first watch, or you would like to have something elegant but you don't want to destroy your bank account. So, of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. Do not forget to write it in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.